Big brother, it's big brother, it's my brother, it's your brother, it's our brother, it's his brother, it's her brother, it's their brother. Run past the gravy, bro.
What's going on, gang? It's Pass the Gravy, bro, and we're here to recap another Sunday episode of Big Brother 25. We've got a new HOH. We got some new noms. Things are getting netherly. There's a nether Gorgon. It's crazy. And we're here to recap it all. It's Alex, Emma, and Allison. And Wheezy is very excited about tonight's episode. That's why she's squeaking her duck that she has brought in. We got Bean. We got Bean back in the chat. What's going on, Bean? What's happening? Everybody joining us live. Kenya, Josh, Todd, Bean. Good to see you guys. We were talking about Bean. I told Bean and Terrence live his morning recap. So I was like, we missed you last night, buddy. Good to have you back, man. Todd wants to say, how many times are they going to refer to the nether regions this season? I mean, it seems like they're really leaning into it. Seems like they're
constantly.
They're really leaning into it. I did write down, like, I wanted to hate the challenge going into the HOH thing. I liked that they kind of got right into it. They had to. But as corny as it was at times, like, it was a pretty good comp.
It was cool. It was corny as hell. And I felt that there has to be some way that they were accommodating Matt in that. Because I had a hard time understanding the voice.
That's what I wrote too. I was like,
there's no fucking way Matt understood that. If that was like the voice that was being used in the comp.
There's no way. That poor guy.
But it was like the concept of it was cool. It was basically just musical chairs with a spooky theme. But I liked it where like America just got stuck having to be behind the car. She's like, all right.
Yeah.
Lose, you lose.
See, everybody's luck.
Everybody's excited about Bean.
He's a hero. Jared fumbled at the 1 yard line. I do like that the punishment like was like second place is the one that gets sent to the nether region and not just like last place. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. It did take up the majority of the episode, but that's what a lot of the Sunday ones do. What are your thoughts on this? What did you guys take away from it?
Grade A acting.
Yes.
Felicia's face. She was like,
she was like, I'm not gonna run, but like I'll scream.
I saw a tweet that said like, I see now why Cameron thought that Felicia was Denzel Washington's sister.
Miss Felicia Washington.
That had to be such an awkward challenge to like I bet it took forever to do, and just I can't imagine how much of just like, all right, like that guy wasn't running around all the whole time. Like just stand there and then kind of be like, oh, let's hold each other. Oh no.
And also like the running out of the portal, all of them were together, like in a little pack.
Oh, but they all went in separately.
Yeah. Straight towards the door.
Jason says Felicia's apparently making a name for herself on TikTok per my non-Big Brother watching spouse. Okay.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Her laugh has really been making the rounds on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
She's got a great voice.
She does have a great voice.
Absolutely.
Like, I can understand how she could just get roped into any alliance because it's like, yeah, just come
in.
talk to us.
Come on in.
Come on, you.
What are your thoughts?
Get in here.
We love you.
Doing? How you doing? You're gonna love this.
How you doing?
What else did you guys say? I mean, like, Heisem, nailed it. I'm nailing it. We told you, just give us a week. Heisem, really kind of painting himself into a corner right now as a comp beast.
Such a threat.
This part in the season.
Honestly,
I feel like I understand. Like, this is one of those seasons where it's like the first HOH didn't establish the big alliance, and she tried, but like it was
kind of did.
She didn't get the noms really, so like she only got to take somebody off. But like now Heisem can kind of like solidify an alliance if he can get somebody on the other side out, and it was important, I guess, to win this one. But it's just like he's got a pretty big target on himself, I would imagine.
Well, let's be fair, he didn't really win it. Jared just picked the wrong door.
Yeah, it is, but he did say that.
Yeah, but he could have gotten out way earlier. Like Corey threw it and was like, well, I know that this one doesn't have 10 links, so I'm going here.
Yeah.
It was an easy one to throw with all of the scrambling. Just like go like a half second slow to the right spot and be like,
Oh, rattlesnakes.
got there
And then go to the
first.
next one.
cool, fair's fair.
Crap. Well, this is all that's left.
Nuts.
I guess I'll go behind the car.
Behind the car.
I like it when they do that for OTAP, where it's just like, well, fuck me. I don't have a spot.
Well, don't. Just holding on to the right answer the whole time.
Tossing it.
Yeah. Angela says Hisam's on a power trip.
For sure.
And that she does not like him.
You're not alone.
I don't know. I mean, he's using that power to do what he needs to do, I think. So he's just kind of a dick about it.
No, I'm still really mad. I'm playing a truthful, loyal game.
He's really hammering that.
Well,
and in all of his conversations, he's saying the exact same thing, and then he's talking
Luke,
shit about Corey right when Corey walks away, and he like won't have a conversation with Corey.
I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on Hisam, but I feel like they have to wait until the spoiler part. So I'm like hesitant to share.
Oh, because we're not calling him Hyman.
oh yes.
Yeah. There you are. Yeah, he's Angela said he's just mean. But like he does say that he's straightforward, and I think that is like a lot of people. It's like, I just tell it how it is. Like that just means you're a dick. Like being a dick and like telling it like it is doesn't.
It's two different reasons.
They can go together, but they don't always go together, and a lot of times they feel like they don't. And it's just like you just are trying to justify like I don't have to talk to somebody that I don't like. It's like that's part of the game. You kind of do, and because like when it's flipped around and like somebody on the other side is in power and he's going up, like he's going to be playing the victim and be like, I just don't understand. Like I was pretty direct with you, and I just don't understand why you're doing this to me because we're being direct back. Like you nommed us, we're gonna put you back up. I just don't understand why I could do this when I could offer you some of the other things.
You could play a drinking game on how many times he interrupts someone he's talking to, that he's invited into his HOH room to speak to, and then they start talking, and he's like, I'm going to say this first.
Explain to me who you're working with. Now, yes, I understand that you're working with.
You have to respect your people, even if you're in charge of them.
You're in charge of them.
But then he does this thing where he always like on the feeds when he's talking to somebody game wise, like even if it's like where he was grilling Matt about his alliance, like, and I understand that there's a name for the alliance. There's a name for the alliance.
Right? It's not a conversation. He's telling like it's rude.
But when Matt was playing dumb to it, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know the name." He was like,
"Okay." He was not playing dumb. He literally did not know the name.
I thought he did by that time.
No, he did not know the name. He could not hear it, and nobody repeated it.
You're right. All right.
That hurts.
But the way he
literally didn't know that.
The way he does that, okay, I believe you. Like he ends almost all of like the game talk with like, okay, I believe you. And it's like, bro, like I'm not just talking bullshit to you. Like I'm telling you this. Like you should believe me if you're talking game with me and you trust me. And he said that at the end of everything, and it kind of just like that's him being like half-ass assuring them that he like believes them. Like, I don't need you to tell me. It's okay, I believe you. It's like, but then if you nominate them, then you don't really believe them.
Or he does and doesn't care.
Being just as he talks to his patients that way. Sometimes I guess you gotta be stern with him.
Gosh. I bet he does, though, because older people, you do.
He's like Ben Stiller and Happy Gilmore. He's the mean guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god,
absolutely.
Get back to knitting. Get those fingers back to knitting. Guess what? You just got gardening duty.
I do feel bad though. People have found his practice and have been leaving terrible 1-star reviews.
Yeah, it's like he's playing a game, man. Like it's a very different, and like he could be like the nicest guy in the world outside the house. It's just in the game. You're playing a game to win $750,000. So like, that's why I always hate the people who are like, "Oh, he's not using good morals." It's like I understand using the N-word and slurs is a very different thing, but it's like
I thought you were just gonna leave it at like, no, I understand.
But being a dick is like that's part of the game sometimes, and it's like you have to do shit like lying is not. Let's ruin this person's business worthy, and I think that there's a lot of people that if the roles were reversed, see, we're gonna show them like you can't do that to the Big Brother community. We don't like you. You can't be mean. He's not bullying anybody. He's playing a game.
Yeah, he certainly hasn't crossed a line that I feel like
Warren.
necessitates like consequences other than like in-game
Yeah.
consequences, which like that's gonna happen.
But he's one of those guys right now where you're like, I cannot wait to see the fall of this guy.
Yeah.
Like remember Paul? Was it Paulie in his season? Paulie Calafiore, where you're like, he was like at the top of the game. He had the HOH. He was with Zakia. He was owning Devon, and like just he was at the top. He was with Paul for a little bit, and then like his fall from grace was just like so
good.
fast
So
over
sweet.
a 2-week span. You're like, oh no,
So sweet.
oh no, it's getting worse. Now he's
Honestly.
melting down. Now he's cutting his hair. Now he's cutting his hair. Okay, now he looks like Pidgey from Pokemon. Now he's doing this. Now he's doing this. Now he's trying to start fights. Now he's breaking up with his girl. Now he's back with his girl because he's all alone and nobody wants to
Gonna
be
vote
with him.
her out.
Like it was like he went through every stage of grief and then back again, all in a 2-week period. You're like, this is great.
That was great.
Yeah,
This is
I
great.
mean,
And then he still had it into the jury house.
to be fair, watching Polly's fall from grace in every single show that he's been on, like
This happened a lot.
it is
That was the
great
first time we got to
every
see it.
time.
That was the first time we got to see it. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
special about it, you know?
Sandwich Polly? It's my favorite Polly.
That was one of the best punishments.
I
And then
had to make
who had to
so
make the
damn
pie?
sandwich.
Whoever had to make the apple pies, that was another good one.
That was.
It was
Was
basically
that
the same
was
thing.
it was it pies, not sandwiches? Am I wrong? I mean,
Somebody had to make sandwiches, though.
I
No,
don't know.
maybe was it Derek X had to make sandwiches?
Someone's had to make
He
eggs.
was the Lord of Sandwichia or whatever it was, and then Paulie, I think, had to make the pies
It's probably true.
You could see him in
because it was like an America
apron
theme.
Yeah,
and a little chef's hat. I can picture that.
yeah, yeah.
Paulie
Really?
made pies. Yeah,
Polly made pies. Polly made pies. That could be a book,
Paulie made pies,
a children's book.
and they
Well,
would wake
he's-
him up in the middle of the night to make the family pies.
He's a different Polly, though.
Yeah, he's a nice Paulie.
He's a nice Polly.
He's a nice Paulie that respects women and everyone else.
And pies.
But yeah, we had Heisem just kind of being Heisem. I think like it's just gonna be fun when obviously eventually somebody else is going to win, and even the people he's working with, I think, know what he's doing right now, and he's kind of torpedoing his own game. in the
Oh,
long
for
term because like
sure.
you're like, oh, like where he's working with Suri, like Suri's in such a good spot. And I know we're getting to our power rankings, but it's like I feel like we're all gonna lean towards Suri being towards the top of everybody's power rankings, and it's just like any idiot, I think,
Maybe.
towards the top. I would imagine towards the
Maybe.
top. Okay. No spoiler alerts in that one part, but I just think that like Heisem is just gonna be the easy guy. We're like, oh, tight, this guy wins again. Cool. He's gonna be knocked out before we are. Then like that's one more round. That's one more week I
yeah.
get. And you just know that like unless he wins a veto or something like that to save himself when he's nominated, that
Mhm.
you're kind of sitting pretty with him right there. But yeah, Heisem gets to the HOH, immediately kind of points out that Riley is his target, and it really seems like it's between Riley, Matt, and Cameron as
Her begging Jared for like, you got to do me. You owe me. Like, okay, girl.
She was freaking out so much.
Okay, but like, why does everyone on that side trust Jared so much after not going with her? Because it was so obvious to everyone she was going to be nominated, and he actively chose not her.
I think because they all understand that he still is at risk. So you do like her best friend, right? So you show some kind of like, look, I'm going to try and help you, but I can't help you because like he told me you're going up, and I can't do that because then he's going to put me.
Yeah.
So it's still early enough to like not sacrifice your game for someone you just met last week.
Oh, I mean, I agree. I just, ugh.
But also, maybe Riley's the worst, and they just like.
It was just,
I mean, I think they definitely like Jared more.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I mean, when they remember who Bowie Jane is, they definitely like her more than Riley.
Bean says someone will betray Heisem like Michael to eventually get him out. Vernon Michael from last season. Yeah,
it's Corey.
I mean he's kind of in that track where Michael like just won too many comps, and it was like, I mean, we can't not get you out now, right? You know that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
What was the guy, the long haired dude on Survivor a couple seasons ago that we liked that just kept winning? The the really jacked dude.
That just sounds like every dude on Survivor.
I don't know. He got to the
Yeah.
end, and it was just
I'm gonna
like
say
all
John.
he did
Someone
was win
named John.
everything. Well, he just kept calling.
Everyone on Survivor's jacked
Yeah.
by the end because they don't have any body fat left.
Yeah, and they all have long hair because they've been there for 30 days.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
just
think I know what you mean.
Yeah, but it's like it's one of those where you're like, I mean, we got to get you out there, and like you've won like 5 comps, like.
He's the one that would like carry his whole team on his back, literally.
Yeah,
Okay, I think
yeah.
his name
Like
was
when
John.
everybody was like drowning, and he was just throwing his teammates through the water.
Yeah.
It was like, I got this.
Google him.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy, but yeah, I don't know. I also wrote down that it's weird as shit, like watching the like them talking to him from the Nether region, like the like smoky camera vision, where it's like, "Hey guys, we're just gonna have you there," and then you had Jag, and
We're getting
the
ahead of
noms was
ourselves.
just like, well, because Jared was talking to them too beforehand. But it was just like, "Hey guys, it's me. I'm in the Nether region." It's like, all right, guys.
Did Jared say they can't sleep?
I think he said that, but also he did say when he got back that like he could have talked to them at any point in time and just chose to talk to them twice.
Oh, I like that. Good for him.
So like I don't know if he couldn't sleep for real, but like he did say that he could have just like been talking to them the whole time.
That's interesting.
Right?
But then you would have to like keep someone standing in the kitchen. And you know Suri would just been there the whole time. Because she was the first one to be like, "We love you, Jared.
We all of us equally love you.
We
All of
I
us
mean, yeah,
together,
right,
not
right,
anyone
guys,
specifically
right?
more than anyone else.
This whole house.
Same goes for my other children. I love you all equally.
Todd's asking, do we know what happens in the Nether region? Is it just separation or isolation? We don't, and
Is it not that where they were? Was that not the Nether region?
Yeah,
I feel like they made it look like that.
Apparently, that was the set from American Wife or something.
Oh, the writer strike's going on.
Like, well, no, you're not using it. That'd be funny if they just incorporate all the CBS shows. They're like,
Or
and
like
this is
on
from
Big
Two
Bang
Broke
Theory.
Girls. They're just in like the kitchen or whatever. Like, I don't know. Somebody has to use it.
Get some use out of it.
That's not a bad idea.
And make it more exciting. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like in Survivor they would do those things where like they would send you off if you like you had to pick somebody from the other team that would go away, and then you'd come back and you'd have a power or whatever, but it was your choice to lie about it or not. And then as the season went on, they're like, "Did you guys hear?" And like somebody would tell a lie, and then somebody else would be like, "No, dog, this is what happened." And then everybody's like, "This guy's fucking bullshit. We don't trust this guy." And that'd always be somebody's downfall. Like that would have been kind of a cool thing if like Corey them got powers, but I feel like Big Brother would have showed us that.
I agree. And they just announced the thing about like Jag when Jag or whoever Jared chose would be safe for the week.
Right, because they
Like,
couldn't.
just-
Yeah, because we wouldn't be at the noms. But like we already kind of knew that. Like I like that part in Survivor where it was just like you get to tell or not, and it's basically like don't be the idiot that doesn't tell first.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think it would be better if they were able to keep it a secret. Like I was hoping that Corey, I almost called him Cameron and then Cody. I was hoping Corey got a power, and like just chose not to tell. But I don't think that's the case because they just full announced what was happening with Jag.
True.
Remember when they did the Temptation season? I think that was Paul's second season, but it was like where you could kind of win something and like you could keep it and it would be a secret. And even when they did
the apple thing.
Yeah, when they did the app stuff though too, where it's like I can win this, and it's like that somebody won something or took something, but we don't know who, and we don't know if they won it or if they got a punishment.
They're always a bust who uses them.
But then there was the times where it was like if you lose, like and you don't win your challenge or whatever, like the roll of the dice was, it's like now you can't vote and you have to like hide that, and it was like that was cool because that kind of manipulated it. And if you could have some sort of advantage where it's like I don't know, you get to guarantee that you can pick somebody in the like veto competition, or you lose your vote, like that would be cool to add in there, but you could tell people.
Well, it just makes me think of Caitlin Herman not being able to put that puzzle together.
Oh, Caitlin.
It's like a 4-piece puzzle. A 4-piece puzzle.
A 4-piece puzzle that she had assembled on the ground. It was fine. She just couldn't stand it up.
Oh, poor girl. Poor
That
girl.
was the easiest challenge.
It was absolutely meant to keep her in the house.
They rigged it in your favor, girl. But she drinks
Probably.
her nightmares.
So yeah, Jared tried to decide who he wants to pick. Riley obviously begging him, kind of being like that. I took you down last week. You owe me.
Did anyone think it was weird that he was like, I need to have conversations with everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like you're not HOH.
You just
Absolutely.
have to make a decision on who you want safe and try not to mess up the HOH's plans. Like,
it makes sense for him to talk to Isom, but like not anyone else. And
Heisman basically gave him he was like Matt, not Cameron, not Riley. And so Heisman immediately like tells him that, and it's like, that's all the information you need. Like talking to anybody else and saying you need to talk to somebody else, like that doesn't help, I don't think.
No, I think it drove Riley's like paranoia and desperation. I mean, that was sad to watch her just like beg him in the doorway.
That was weird.
Okay, so Heisman thinks Jared is on the other side of the house, but told him I guess because he's playing a truthful, honest, and loyal game. That's why
he's straightforward.
Okay, I take that back. So I was like, that's really weird to just be like, these are the people I'm looking at. I know they're in your alliance, which is rude.
Right. You know that he's going to tell his people that, right?
But I guess what's the point? Like, what's the matter with that? I always kind of thought that. Why can't your alliance be out in the open if you have the majority?
Because then when you don't, if something happens, they could also find out like who's out on the outside of that and split them.
Yeah, because then.
Hey, you know that like, he's not going to care about you in 2 weeks, right? Like, why don't you come work with us? We can get them out, and then you can work with us.
Probably not great at it if you aren't in the majority alliance to begin with.
Or you just weren't in one conversation, because that's literally how like half of them start. More than half of them was like, I was in a room with the HOH at one night, like on one night, and then they were like, you, and you.
I'm just saying, like halfway through, why do people keep it so hush hush?
I feel like
you're just scared somebody's gonna expose it.
For what?
And blow it up. And if they do blow it up, then it's like, I don't know, then you do have people start to like peel off of those.
It's also more fun when you have like
like
the cookout being secret was fun, and like level 6 versus
that was so fun. Comment here.
Bean says, which is worse, handful or Faute? I think right now you have to say Faute just because we saw them get picked off, and if handful 100% all gets picked off, then you can be like, okay.
Cameron had made us like, he was like, I think the handful's going under, and he wasn't upset, and he wasn't like, he was just like, yeah, this is happening.
But Faute was like, no, we're Faute strong. Hey,
the whole time until there were none left.
Hey, we're HOHs now. Faute strong. Oh shit, one of us went home. Hey, huh? Oh no, not again. This can't keep happening. A third time in a row? What? Like they won like 4 or 5 HOHs at one point, and like I think Rachel was the only one they got out.
Yeah,
and it was just like everybody.
But also, they didn't really get her out. Level 6 full turn her, and we're like,
they knew that like they had to have somebody go from them at one point. But yeah, let's talk about other seasons. Tonight's episode, though, we do decide on Jag being the one to go. Jag, even when he gets picked by Jared, the DI is like, I don't know why he picked me. Like, if he's working with us, like, why? Like, Riley obviously needs this. I mean, I'm not gonna be upset, right? But it's like he keeps, and Jared kept being like, I just don't want to expose my game. And it's like, I mean, you could not have exposed your game more than what you did, trying to be like, I'm just trying to lay low and not expose my game. It doesn't make any sense. And it's like, to the other side, yeah, that would have looked bad. But like, you could have just said, like, dude, we either get Matt and Cameron out. Like, we can work that. Like, that makes sense. And it's so early in the game that like there's 15 or 14, 13, I guess 13 other people you can pick from after that. Like, you have plenty of people. If one of those two comes down, like, you can protect anybody else and make sure that the other one goes home. Put Felicia back up there as a pawn and be like, all right, cool. Then Cameron and or Matt goes home. Sorry. Like you can just like, look, I've really got Riley kind of under my finger. If I save Riley right now, Riley's gonna fucking do whatever I say. I'm gonna score some real trust points with Riley going forward. We can use Riley when we flip on her and get her out next week or the week after that. But Riley's already won an HOH, so she could win an HOH again. Like, why not just use this week as like, hey, Jared, score some more points, and we'll get one of the other 2 targets out because they have so many.
Yeah, but I think that also Riley's like handful still thinks, aside from Cameron, that like they have the numbers and they're gonna be fine. And like they were laughing about being fucked this week, but like they still think that they control the vote. Like, spoiler alert, actively currently still think they can control the vote. That's
some Falte vibes right there.
It is Falte vibes.
It is, but it's not as bad yet. Like,
does Heisem not know that Jared revealed the members of the Family Alliance?
I don't know.
I don't
not
know. I don't know. Because Jared told Sari, and then I think Sari was like, I heard, but like I don't know if she said who she heard it from. Because then Red went in and named all of them to Riley, so I feel like
Red is crop top.
Crop top red.
I liked Red's fishnet shirt. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Still Lily, for sure.
Okay, so yeah, Jag gets picked. Riley's pissed. Jag's confused. Huge missed opportunity, at least we think. Then we have Heisem confirm that Riley's his target. Ends up telling Cameron, "You're pretty much going up, but don't worry, because Riley's who I want to go out." Also, like I know that you work with Riley, so definitely don't go tell Riley this. But you know how that's gonna go. Hey, straightforward. This is just how it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm Heisem. I'm gonna be just as cool. I'm just gonna be as cool about this when it comes back to bite me and I get nominated. And I promise that I understand you're also playing a straightforward game, and I'm not gonna freak out or anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Heisem seems like he is going to be hysterical when he gets nominated.
Absolutely.
Jinx.
I'm gonna go so hard for the veto, and if I don't win the veto, then I'm just gonna fucking panic.
Yeah, he's dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous. Very dangerous. But what do we have to say about this before we get into some spoilers? Then we're going to do our week 2 power rankings.
I feel like there's nothing else. Like there's nothing else to say.
I mean, just going on fashion again. We had red and a crop top. The tiger shirt that Heisem was wearing was, I felt like an absolute power move. He was like, "I'm going to wear my tiger shirt during nomination." So
yeah, that was a power move. Some Joe Exotic vibes.
Yes.
Mundo, we'll give predictions during the power rankings if you want to stay tuned.
I wouldn't have predicted him to own a tiger shirt.
Oh, I would.
I mean, yes and no.
It's a power shirt for sure.
Like doctor him, no.
Burlesque him.
Oh, that's true.
No, I think I would have flipped. I would have pegged him for a fishnet shirt and a tie-dye crop top, but not so much a tiger shirt.
I honestly,
shirt.
Who knows which of those shirts are actually his and actually Red's? They share clothes the whole time. So.
That is true. But yeah, so that's pretty much all we got for our episode recap. Talking about tonight's episode, we'll have the veto on Wednesday. That'll be ladies' night. So if you want to tune out, you don't want to know any spoilers at all, we will reveal the veto.
You want to tune out of ladies' night?
No, not tune out. If you're going to tune out now, because you don't want spoilers. Tune into Ladies' Night Wednesday with Allison and Emma holding things down. Don't tune out to them. Just tune out now. If you don't want any spoilers. We're gonna get to some spoilers here in just a few seconds. After this, give us a follow at Pass Gravy Bro on Twitter and Instagram. I am at Alex J Middleton. Emma is at Little Em Tweets on Twitter and at Emma Lawler on Instagram, and Allison is at Almar7490 on Instagram. Give us a follow, give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, just go hit play on the podcast. If you're listening on the podcast, go hit play on the YouTube. Help us get the points on both ends of that. But if you don't want the spoilers, this is your time to tune out because we're going to tell you who won the veto right after this.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
And Heisem won the veto because
Yeah.
he wins everything. All he does is just win all the competitions and takes away all the fun for everybody else.
Well, I wonder if he won or if it was given. Do we know what the competition was?
No, with feeds were down for like 19 hours.
The feeds went down like all day. They went down all day. People were mad. And then I don't even know. I thought that they were going to be down all day today. And then
it sounded like America came in second, but right now he has. Well, yeah, we came in second. He has won the most possible like competitions you can win in week 2. Like he's got the record because it's literally the most you can win.
Wow.
That's
I hate that for him.
That's true. Bean, yeah, we do not know why the feeds were down. We do not know. I did see on Twitter there was rumor that they were looking for a house guest named Bowie Jane that had not appeared. Somebody else had said that, but I was like, that might make sense. Like, we haven't seen her on the feeds at all.
She was in another region, right? Didn't they send her?
Yeah, she is in another region right now.
Yeah, because now they're just kind of rotating people in the nether region, I feel like.
Well, and she either can't vote or has to take somebody else's vote away. That's her like nether region trip.
She can or can take the vote away?
She either can't vote or has to take somebody else's vote away. I don't know exactly, but it's something to do with not being able to vote.
Okay. Well, that doesn't matter Well,
and Jared just was randomly there. I guess Jared had to start the chain.
yeah.
I guess.
You
think he'd get
someone who was safe.
That's true.
And he was the first, or the loser.
Yeah, so I guess it like wasn't as much of a punishment. Like if you don't really have to do anything in the nether region, you just kind of hang out. You just can't play game, I guess. That you can't game pretty much if you're in the nether region, and that's really the only punishment.
Well, I guess always is the only punishment because Jags is a reward.
He's safe, yeah.
But then picking someone who has to.
Yeah, Jump says that he thinks they're going to lose viewers with feeds being down so much.
Agreed.
I mean, I agree. It's like honestly, like we feel that way too. Where there's a lot of times where we try and watch it and like the feeds are down, so you're like, okay, I'll check back in an hour. The feeds are down again, then I may not be able to check back, and then you get to do something else, and like, okay, it's 7:00 and the feeds are back, but they're just eating and there's no game talk, and this isn't what I signed up to watch. And so then I gotta go to bed. Then you wake up and the feeds are down for some comp they have, and then
Or they're sleeping.
Or they're sleep. Yeah, it does get you to just be like, I'm just not gonna have it up as much. And I feel like I've watched like a lot less feeds just because they're down. I feel like every time I try and watch them, and then like, shut them down for full days with the Luke thing, which I get like that's not really something they can control. But
they were trying to get ahead of the PR on that. But I mean, I watched all of the traders while the feeds were down because I mean, I was working at the same time, but yeah, I mean, there was just like nothing else to do. And apparently Paramount Plus is trying to like get rid of feeds anyway. I mean, there weren't feeds in BB Canada the last season.
Yes, and I think the viewership went down in BB Canada because of that.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not like if they made like.
I mean, the show itself, we watched the show. Mm-hmm. The show itself is not the part that people care about. We care about the fucking live feeds, and it's like I probably would not watch if there were no live feeds. Like that's the beauty of it because Survivor is a better show. That's why we watch Survivor because it's just one time a week. You have to cram 3 days of shit, and we have to like care about that. But we want to watch the feeds because the feeds are cool, and that's what the cool part is. You get to see all the other shit. That's what makes Big Brother different. Taking away the feeds is just that's it.
Yeah. Well, and Todd said, "Why just watch them on Pluto?" But they were down on Pluto.
Yeah, like they were down completely. They weren't just.
They were completely down, which like Pluto.
And I know
got
sometimes
shit into that stick.
Well, sometimes they would do. What was the other network it used to be on? It wasn't Pluto. Pop on Pop TV because there were times where like if the feeds were down, they would just show recorded feeds from like previous in the day.
After dark, right?
Yes. Yeah, and they would just show like, oh, well, the feeds are down tonight, but like it was just like a snippet of like 3 hours from earlier in the day, so it'd just be them hanging out.
Yeah.
Bean wants to know why we didn't cover the Traders because we didn't watch it live.
I just watched
We're
it
like we
today,
thought about
yesterday.
doing Survivor, and honestly, we stretch ourselves thin enough doing the Big Brother podcast for like a third of the year.
Or 100 days this
Really,
year.
yeah. I do like 4 other podcasts too, so I only have time for the Big Brother one. Like Survivor, we watch it, but we don't watch it live every time. We're usually on DVR on that.
Show.
Yeah. Thanks. Yawning is contagious. Way
Stupid golf.
I've been trying to not.
Fuck off. That was not our fault. We were like, man, we're
That's sleepy.
gonna knock this out. We're gonna knock this out. This is gonna be awesome. So yeah, Heisem is going to keep Nam same, and it looks like Riley's gonna be out this week.
I don't know. Siri's trying to flip the vote.
You think so?
She wants Cameron out bad.
Again, don't care if Cameron's out. I would honestly rather. I think Riley's got a better shot at doing something and winning things than Cameron does.
I mean,
people hate Riley. I mean Cameron. Riley.
Yeah.
Most people hate Riley.
Well, okay, so I think even Izzy, who absolutely hates Cameron, was talking to Jared and said that she thinks that she could pretend to work with Cameron longer than she could pretend to work with Riley.
Whoa.
So I don't know if Suri has all of the power in this, but I mean, she might. I don't know. She's wild when it comes to convincing people of stuff.
That's true.
Like, honestly, watching her on the Traders has been like mind blowing. Because like I've seen her on Survivor, but like, wow.
Bean wants to know who we each think will be evicted. I feel like say it again.
I was gonna say I think it'll be Riley. But
yeah, I think it'll be Riley. I think the Cameron thing has got a little steam to it, but I just don't think that it's gonna pan out.
I'll say Cameron.
I mean, Riley thinks that she has the votes to stay.
Oh, then I want Riley to go because that's funny.
I know. But she's
like,
she's saying that she has Suri's vote, which is like causing an issue because Suri said that like, you know, if it comes down to it and like I'm the swing, like sure, I'll vote for you to stay. But don't tell anyone. So Riley then told everyone and was like, but don't tell her. She doesn't want her side to get mad at her if she does. So, like, don't tell anyone. And Corey was like, Suri? Did you know?
I'm still in your butt, so let me tell you what I heard.
So we're going to go Riley. You're going to go Cameron.
Yeah, I'll go Cameron.
All right. Let's get to our week 2 power rankings. Everything was really up in the air this time last week, so we did not do a week 1 power rankings. But here we go. We got a full week to observe everybody, hate people, like people, and I could start us off if you guys are cool with that.
Cool.
I'll start with number. Do I start with 5 or do I start with 1?
We always start with 5.
Start with 5. Yeah, there's not really like a top 5 to me, but I had to make a top 5. To me, there's like a top 2 or 3. Top 5 though, I just put Corey because I think Corey is kind of he's kind of in between sides right now. He's like he's gonna pick and choose. He's playing the Andy Heron thing right now, where it's like he's just gonna pick which side of the house is gonna benefit him the most, which a lot of people do anyways. But like, I know Heisem doesn't really like him, but the fact that Heisem doesn't like him and like Corey wasn't even a thought to him at a nomination, like the guy that likes you the least, not even considering nominating you. I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna put it at 5. And also, I didn't really like it was him or Felicia, and I feel like Felicia is gonna go far. I just don't think she's got like the power with anybody. I think people just like her, so they bring her with it. I got Izzy at 4, and really, it's just because she is with Suri and Jared, and the power that she holds is that she can blow up their secret. And if she blows up Suri and Jared's secret, I think the game gets really spicy. And I don't really like Izzy that much, but like that's a big secret to hold. So I'm gonna put her at 4. Heisem at number 3 because like right now he holds a lot of power, but I think like, the second that he's not HOH, he's kind of fucked. I think there's a lot of people that are ready to go after him after this week, after his actions this week, and after like what he's trying to do attacking the other side of the house. If anybody on that side, like he's an easy nom, an easy auto nom.
He's an easy nom for anybody on any side. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that Hisam, I put him at 3. Jared is 2 just because Suri is 1. Jared's kind of being used by both sides too. And I kept saying that the other day. I was like, I think that Jared could get to the end and you could be like, well, Jared did a lot of the dirty work for the other side of the house. Jared doing all of that dirty work and then still somehow being needed so much to pick who is safe, where he saves Jag kind of this week. Jared's 2, that Suri is 1 just because it's Suri's game to lose still at this point. But so I got Suri, Jared, Hisam, Izzy, and Corey 1 through 5.
Interesting.
What about you? What's the next?
Do you want to go? I can go. Do you want to go?
You go.
Okay. Have Izzy at number 5. I think she's got the secret, and that's really the only thing. I think Sri said something that was like, she hates that Izzy knows because she would have fucked with her anyway, but like she does drive her a little crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like, she thinks she would have worked with her even if she didn't know, but like it would have been easier to like give herself some distance because she's been much sometimes.
Oh,
She is.
Yeah, but yes, I have her at 5. I have Felicia at 4 just because like she might not have the power over anybody, but nobody's coming for her, which is powerful in and of itself.
Is it a secret or blackmail? Is what being said. No, it's blackmail.
It's blackmail for sure.
It's like blackmail, but it's not officially blackmail because she was like, "I'm gonna fucking blow your shit up if you
like
don't work with me." She was just
will.
like, "Hey, y'all are related."
But she never
She
will.
could be like the super fan simp, where she's just like, "I'm not gonna do it," but like the threat that she
But I
could,
could.
the threat that she could is like,
Yeah.
let's keep going.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I have Felicia at 4. She's untouchable at this point. I feel like everybody loves her. She's protected, and whether she's not convincing other people to do shit or whatever, she's got control. She's got power over the production. They bought her 4 different kinds of pepper.
Oh.
She gave them shit for not having seasonings in the house, and she said, "You don't even have pepper," so they bought her 4 different kinds. And now she's giving them shit for not having real butter.
Oh, ooh. Gosh, my God.
So she's got power there. For 3, I have Jared. Yep. And then 2, I mean, he's on both sides. I feel like he's only in power because his mother is in power, who I have at number 2. Suri is 2, and I put Hisam at number 1 just because he's HOH and is literally the only one with power at the moment, especially because he has both HOH and veto.
Yeah.
But I hate that he's there.
He's a fucking comp beast.
He's gonna fall so hard next week. Yes. Right. Bean, I did my power ranking on my laptop, which is what I keep looking at. And I'm not on my laptop, so I am having to look at my laptop.
It's her Charlie Day, Big Brother, scary board.
Yeah.
Got everybody connected. Okay, so my power rankings are a hybrid of both of you guys'. At 5, I have Izzy, just because she's
Izzy.
She's not in charge over there, but she's not in charge.
And she can blackmail the shit out of the 2 most, maybe two of the top most powerful people in the game right now.
Absolutely. And then 4, I have Felicia, just because same reason. She doesn't have the blackmail, but she's the likability.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she also will. She has leverage for, well, everyone's just going to put me on the block. You owe me something. Because she's going to be at the top each time.
That's true.
When they just need someone who's not going to get voted out. she's gonna be like, you put me up. You know, she's gaining souls to be able to. Well, you put me up. You put me up.
She is the Nether Gorgon.
Yes, she is. She is. Okay, and then 3. I have Heisem.
Yeah.
I don't even like it. 2 Jared and 1 Suri.
Yeah.
Suri's game to lose. Jared's to win. And I'm just excited to see where we go.
Boom.
I agree. Do.
Is Felicia Big D 2.0? No.
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 She's so much better.
She actually does. Like, she's up and she's talking and she's moving around. He sat on a couch the whole time.
But he was funny.
He was just a little entitled to, like, you should think I'm the greatest. And it's like, you aren't the greatest because you didn't do anything. Everyone else around you is doing something.
No, he invented the cookout.
Well, then that's where it ended.
He had a great idea.
I love the credit for it. It was like, sure. I mean, that's a take. That's a take, dude. That's a take for sure. Okay, I feel like I always, the very first power rankings every year we do, I'm always nervous that like we're all gonna be very off and like have very different ones, and I feel like we're all similar. We all had the same top 3, like in different orders, but
before the show, we were talking about how wrong it feels because they're so old. Which is awful to think.
Like, why are these old at the top?
Like, it's people winning competitions. I mean, Heisem's winning a lot, but like he's also part of the old. And they call themselves the Old Person Alliance. If the line wasn't drawn between old and young, I would have not said it. But
do you think
weird?
Do you think that they would remember Bowie more if she was honest about how old she was?
No, I don't think they would remember Bowie more if she did anything.
Because like, she would be older and therefore more on their side.
Yeah, because she's 40 instead of 30, right?
Yeah, she's like 43, and she said she was like 34 or something like that.
But either way, she's no, because there's a lot more 30-year-olds than 40-year-olds. I don't know. No, she's so chipper. She's like the mascot this year. There's always like someone who's just there to like
the mascot that everybody ignores.
Yeah, well, don't you normally? You're like, there it is.
Goodbye.
He's out right now. I don't know.
Stay away. Bowie said she was 34.
She said she was 34.
And she's 45.
She's
Bean asked if we had done a fantasy draft too. We did do a fantasy draft, and I did not write down who you guys had. I wrote down that I got Jag, Riley, Cameron, and Heisem.
Your picks suck.
Yeah, they weren't great.
I'm got Kirsten out.
Yeah, so you suck worse than me right now.
I have Corey, Bowie, Izzy, and then I don't remember my last one.
And Chris has everybody else. Well, and then Pat has Suri. Pat has Suri.
Jared.
If she wins.
Kirsten, red and blue. I went with the colors.
Red and blue.
You did.
We were gonna make a graphic. We'll make a graphic and post it really late. We're like, hey, here's our fantasy draft we did 2 weeks ago. Posting it now.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't know who my last person is.
Follow us at PassGreatBro on Twitter and Instagram.
I had the triplets and then a fourth, and I don't remember who.
I don't think DJ says I don't think anybody in the house believes that Bowie is 34. I don't think anybody else in the house fucking cares because like she just doesn't do it. I don't give a shit how old you are now. Like there's a 65-year-old in the house. Like why are we?
You're not the most.
Why are you hiding it, weirdo?
Also, I don't know if they don't care enough to not believe it, but also I don't think they like remember who she is enough to not believe it. Like,
yeah,
nobody cares.
It's such a stupid thing because when you tell that you're lying about it eventually, which they always do for some stupid reason, like people are just gonna be like, so she's a liar and she need to lie about that. But I want to go on and make a big deal. I'm 34, but I'm gonna tell everybody I'm 33.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell everybody that I'm 33 because I don't want them to think I'm too old. They're like, all right, and guys, I've been telling you guys a lie.
It's also
Maxley,
very strange to me that you're 34.
Oh, what?
It's so weird to me that you're 34. I
Yeah.
don't know why, but in
I
my
still feel like I'm,
head,
like,
you're
28.
just you're permanently like 17.
I can see that. I can definitely
Boy,
see
I
that.
think she looks 11 years younger.
She kind of does.
Well, it's the pigtails. It's just like
And the
she's
fun hat that she
transforming
wears
me into-
sometimes.
And her
And her wacky hair.
and her
shaved little part thingy on the side
Jeez,
of her head.
How do you do, fellow youths?
fingerless gloves.
And her
That's
skateboard.
the telltale sign. You can't Madonna yourself. Like it's
Oh no. They should immediately know she's older because she's just idolizing Madonna.
gloves.
I did think like
But she only has like old references too. So it's like
Like I know she like memorized her birthday. She was like, I memorized my fake birthday.
who's gonna ask?
Who's gonna ask? But also like you
I
need
would
to
just- I was
memorize
just
your
asking people their
9/11
birthdays, though.
story because someone's gonna ask that.
Yes, I pointed this way. You're not on the side of me.
do you know how
You
funny
are
that-
literally, but no.
do you know how funny that would be to like go on and just be like, so Allison, like what was your 9/11 experience? And then like go room to room and be like, so Emma, what was your 9/11 experience?
Okay,
Like
I
that
don't
guy just is
mean
asking
that's
everybody their 9/11
not
experience. This is
gonna
really
happen
uncomfortable week
that
2.
way, but it's not gonna not happen. You're gonna.
So
talk
like how did
about
you
it.
feel 9/11? What were your
Especially
thoughts?
because they will
Like,
be
terrorism pretty bad?
You're gonna
they'll
talk-
be in the house on 9/11
Oh.
this season, which they aren't normally. So it
Definitely.
could come up, although Bowie is
Definitely could.
Australian and probably does not remember where she was on 9/11.
Oh,
That's
no,
why-
oh no!
But
And I
you
grabbed my
don't
dingo
know.
and I took it and I cried right into the dingo.
Even if you're 36 or whatever, you do kind of like she'll be like, yeah, I thought that was crazy over there. Like I would like to know someone who wasn't in America what they thought. Because it was
Okay,
probably on her
wait,
TV
How
too.
much older is she than I am?
How old are you? 30.
I'm 33. So she's 12 years older. So if I was 11,
She was like an adult.
Oh, okay, so she was fully an adult, but should not have been.
Oh.
She should not have been old enough in Australia to be paying attention if she
No,
really was 34.
Yeah. She would have been like, yeah, I just remember that thing happened in America. But as a 20 whatever year old, she'd be like,
She
"Oh,
absolutely knew like the impact and the implication, but she shouldn't have like a full memory if she was really 12 when it happened.
true. So
Also,
can't
Bean, yes, I did say Alex is permanently 17 to me. It's when
That's when we hung out the most.
that's when we were besties in high school.
that changed one bit.
No, it looks the
We live in-
exact same.
We live in different cities. Yeah, I had longer hair then.
I mean, you grew your hair out after. You had longer hair post high school.
It did get real long there.
That's true.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
That's true.
Ayo.
Ayo.
They are all children. We are not children. We're adults.
I'm a child.
17 plus 17 is 30. Yeah, so I look. Oh shit! I've known you for 17 years. That's wild.
That's so many years. You would have a full memory of 9/11 twice. Your friendship has a memory of 9/11.
Oh god, that's weirdly gutting, and I hate it.
Right? That is wild. That's pretty wild. That's
Oh
what,
god.
yeah. That's weird.
Especially when like my very first memory of Alex was going to midnight rodeo freshman year of high school with
It was a bar.
your ex-girlfriend that I was actually friends with. But we were 14 then.
Yeah, it was like kids' night at like this bar. It was like, come on, you can have your sodas and you can dance.
Woo-woo!
Coca-Cola
Teen
Social.
night at midnight rodeo at a outlet mall.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
K.E. Mills Mall. Shout
Yeah.
out. Midnight. Yeah, no, it was just like it's like a. I don't know where you live, Bean, but in Texas they do some country stuff shit here. And Midnight
Yeah.
Rodeo is a country dance hall, and they go down there and they do the Copperhead Road where they stomp, do all kinds of weird shit.
No cha-cha slide.
Oh, it's like they don't have like the
That's
bar.
not
like,
what
you
they
don't-
played
you
on
don't-
teen night.
you don't drink at the bar. Like it was like they would just have soft drinks available, but it was like an off night for the bar, and they were like, well, we can make extra money if parents can drop their kids off for
If the
2
kids
hours.
could come.
And then you would go there, and if you were in like 8th grade, you'd be like, let's go flirt with some chicks. And then you go and like you flirt with girls, and then you'd go home and you'd talk about how you flirt with girls.
On Instant Messenger?
Yeah, you go get their AIM password. You'd get their AIM note.
What's your AIM name?
They did the cha-cha. They absolutely did the cha-cha slide. Yeah. And then Cupid Shuffle. That shit was going down.
Was
The
that
electric
out
slide?
then?
Probably. Oh, whatever the dances were that were out, we were doing it.
Yeah.
It's the Cotton Eye Joe.
That was also big,
The
a big
Macarena.
time. That was also big when Papa Roach first came out, and they would do the "Cut My Life in 2 pieces," and they would be like, "Don't give up," and they would always turn that down, and then they would go, "Fuck," and you like, "Yeah, we cussed.
We're 14.
Look at us. What's up, dude? You don't care, dude.
I'm in high school now. I'm so badass.
Hey, phone to call my mom.
Everyone yell hee haw. Some people
It's
did,
required.
dude.
I'm sure.
There's people that really embrace the cowboy culture in Texas. There's people that are just kind of, this is embarrassing.
This is where I live.
And I'm on the other side of this is kind of embarrassing.
You're not
at
a real
times.
Texan.
I'm not a real Texan. But like there's
I am, and
rodeo
I'm
people.
still on that side.
The rodeo's here for like a month a year, and there's people that just buy like boots and their boot cut jeans and all this shit to wear it like 2 times a year. Like, well, I wore it to the rodeo. Look at my fancy hat.
There's 3 layers. There's people who don't own boots who live in Texas. There's people who buy things for the rodeo, and then there's people who live in
Yeah, there's people that like do haul shit and they like work with cattle, and it's like, yeah, you do need that Ford F-350 that's hauling a fucking horse trailer because you're moving horses. But then there's people that get an F4 or like an F-350 or F-450. I don't even know if that's a thing. They jack it up, and it's like, well, what do you do? Like, I'm an accountant.
Yeah.
Do you go off roading? I haven't been in a while. No.
Not yet.
Funny because it's true.
Oh, okay.
I haven't owned a pair of boots since I was a toddler.
The Macarena
I
is
haven't
country
either.
for New Yorkers.
It is pretty southern.
Yeah. Any more Texas questions before we wrap this up?
We're experts.
We're all
We
mad.
do not.
We're Texperts.
We do not ride horses to school or work, despite what many may say. Where's Allison's southern accent?
Yeah.
I was raised in Houston, so I don't have a southern accent.
That's really good though.
Thanks. I do get one. So like my mom's family was from like really rural Georgia, and so when I spend a lot of time there, I do pick up an accent.
Ooh.
For Savannah accent. More like molasses just pouring out of your mouth.
Pouring out of your mouth.
Beef or pork ribs? I'm a fan of all ribs.
I don't really like eating off of bones.
Pork?
Me either.
I love ribs.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Where in Georgia?
Milledgeville.
Village.
I lived in Lawrenceville,
Milledgeville.
Snellville, Georgia.
Did you?
Georgia.
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 Ever been to Franklin's Barbecue?
Georgia.
I have not.
No, the line's too long. Always.
Yeah.
It's
Like
not
they
bad.
have like really good barbecue, but like if I have to wait 3 hours, it's 102 degrees today. I'm not doing that. And then also like there's really good barbecue that may not be like world-winning barbecue, but it's dope as fuck. And it's like I'll just go there where I could just go in and sit.
I don't want to wait in a line for 3 hours. At least like at other places like the original Salt Lick, you just get on like a list and then you can like hang out and like do things there. But
Snellville, that big mall with the ESPNs. I do remember that. I used to play like South Gwinnett. Was like where I started playing roller hockey. They used to have Skaters Extreme, and I broke my my front tooth at a skate park in Atlanta when I hit a bowl. I was trying to go up a bowl and I fell and just chipped the fuck out of this front like right tooth, and
That
had to
feels
get like sick.
so
But yeah,
on track.
I didn't know that about him.
so I'm in Waxahachie, Texas. That's not too far from Emma's, like where Emma grew up.
Yeah. I used to play
It's
soccer.
not.
tournaments
Grand
there.
Prairie is where Emma's from. How do you live?
Grand Prairie.
100 degrees. We
I
just
stay inside.
You just get real cranky all
you
the time.
just deal, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. Well, hey, I feel like I like
Pretty
this.
sure.
And we're gonna end every Sunday episode with more Texas questions. I do like we do stick on the topic. I feel like a lot better so far, but
how do we get
we've gotten off it. We had bidets last Sunday, and today it's just Texas talk. But we're still about an hour, so shout out to that. Fried emu in Waxahachie, Texas.
I feel like isn't that what most turkey legs are at the rodeo?
Oh, I could see that. Yeah.
Like they're not turkey. They're too big.
You ever seen a turkey?
Yeah, I have.
They're pretty big.
Aren't you afraid of turkey? No, who is that?
I thought you were asking me, and I was like,
Am I afraid of turkeys? I'll fuck a turkey up.
Someone was afraid of turkeys.
ooh, glad you finished
I could
that
beat up.
sentence.
I could beat up any bird. Any bird in the world I could beat up.
Awesome.
Not like extinct. Like pterodactyls couldn't take a pterodactyl, but like a fucking
Ostrich.
like a ostrich. I could fuck up an ostrich if you gave me enough.
Oh,
What about a bald eagle?
I could punch it. What's it gonna do? Come like cover the eyes, just punch. Like you can't get me.
What
He's not
about
gonna
an
lift me up.
albatross?
An
ooh, a
albatross?
spoonbill.
Yeah.
Those are creepy motherfuckers.
I can't eat emu. Now we're just getting into emu and bidet talk again. Macon, Georgia.
That was the mall we went to.
I went to the Mall of
Macon Mall.
Georgia.
Did you go to the Coca-Cola Museum?
I did go to the Coca-Cola Museum. Turnfield. I'm just naming places in Atlanta. That's the thing we do now.
In Helen. Did you ever go to the God, what was it? Now I can't. The only thing coming to my mind is the Great Smoky Mountains, and that's absolutely not Stone
Mountain.
Stone Mountain in Georgia with the
Racist,
racist
though.
laser.
It's racist. That's Luke's favorite place in Georgia, probably.
Bet so.
I bet.
Racist lasers.
I mean, we used to go for like Boy Scouts, and you'd go up to the top because you'd get to go in the little ski lift thing, and it was like I went up to the top of that thing so many times. Never once was like, who are these guys? Like I didn't know it was like racist. Like this is a racist symbol. I was like, it probably is, but like my stupid brain was just like, I never like was like, who are these guys on the side of the mountain? That's cool.
Yeah, no, we went up there all the time. We would always stop at a Waffle House on the way back, and one time the W was out, and it was the Awful House, and as children thought it was so funny.
The Awful House. Waffle House fucks though.
It's so good. It's so good.
There's nothing better like a road trip back from somewhere, and it's like the Sunday you're coming back hungover and just having quiet Waffle House meals, not talking to anybody, just like we're just gonna sit here in silence as we all eat our food and then just pile back into the car.
You know, it was a great road trip meal on the way back from Bonnaroo in Tennessee. There's a KFC that's a buffet.
Ooh.
And so after a weekend at Bonnaroo on the farm, where we were definitely hungry,
You're like, we're gonna definitely stop there.
dehydrated, we were like, yes, please, mashed potatoes.
Done. And then like after fried chicken, you just take a nap too. You get that fried chicken nap.
Yeah, I slept on the
Probably
farm.
like whatever like the turkey stuff is. I think chicken has that too.
Tryptophan.
That's it. All right, well, and that was us talking chicken.
In Georgia.
And Georgia, and where all the other places we've been. Join us for more geography talk at the end of next Sunday's episode. Did people speak there? Yeah, right. Just got off the rails.
Probably outside.
That's on us, I'm sure. But hey, thank you guys for tuning in and for being a part of the pod. Sorry it was so late. Again, fuck off. It's not our fault. We thought we were gonna have a nice tight ship to run, and we're still just a little over an hour. But at Pastor Abra, I'm at Alex J Middleton. I was at Little M Tweets on Twitter and at Emma Lawler on Instagram. Allison is at Almar7490 on the Instagram. Give us a follow, 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and the podcast as well. Have a great rest of your weekend, a kick-ass week. We'll talk to you guys, or the girls will talk to you guys on Wednesday after that episode of Big Brother. Have a good start to your week. And let me pull this up until we talk to you guys next time. Wait for it. We're getting there. We're getting there. Pass the gravy. Pass the gravy, bros.
Big brother, it's big brother. It's my brother, it's your brother, it's our brother. It's his brother, it's her brother, it's their brother. On past the gravy, bro.